Hi, it's tea time with me. It's good to see you all. Um, I can hear myself across the room. I'm having my usual English breakfast. Hi, cool gamer. It's good to see you. Hi, Rach. What is everybody drinking this morning? I started my morning. I've been doing really good because of the heat. I've been starting my mornings with water and getting in that first, cold water, because cold water makes your body have to work faster because you have to warm it up. And so that's been doing really well, keeping me awake. But I moved on to tea because it's time for tea. And yeah, so I have a lot to talk about today with you guys. It's sort of middle of the month, getting close to middle of the month. We're like 5 days away from the middle of the month, 4 days away. So, and I see a puppy in the kitchen who doesn't belong in the kitchen. Ooh. Speaking of puppies, if you have not heard, Jen and I have created something called Bark Adventures. And that is our journey from residential life to van life and beyond with our puppies. And so check it out. It is pretty awesome. We are, wrong thing. There we go. We are starting our introduction videos. Oh, Rach I'm drinking Green Apron light roast, more caffeinated from Starbucks. Ooh, yeah, I heard that green coffee can be caffeinated, like green tea. I don't know. I'm not sure. No, it's darker roasts are usually more caffeinated for coffee, and lighter teas are more caffeinated. So that's why green teas are more caffeinated than black. I use heavy whipping cream. We got half and half, and it was actually more yummy. Ooh. I use coffee creamer in my tea. I know it's weird. Anyone from Europe or Britain is going to be cringing at what I'm putting in my tea. But it works for me, and I love it. Lighter roast is more caffeinated. Oh, interesting. I have that wrong. Always learning, always learning. But yeah, this is the link to Bark Adventures. We have a newsletter and blog and YouTube channel. And we also have a Pinterest board, which I need to put on there. And I will be doing that today. So check it out. It's awesome and exciting. I honestly cannot tell the difference, but the flavor is good. Ooh, that's always good. Always good to have good flavor. So yeah, the other thing that's going on is that I have some stuff happening because it's getting time. You want to join the street team as soon as possible. Let me share that link. It is getting that time. I just shared the cover with the street team and my coffee readers, my coffee subscribers, my cuppies. So here's the link to the street team. You want to check it out. They voted recently on the cover, actually more like the cover back. But yeah, join the street team very, very soon. There will be more questions and more fun stuff coming out. Because we're getting that time. Things are starting to pop up. Also, I will be taking part in the 4th annual Into a Book giveaway. Let me get rid of this T banner. If you head over to Facebook groups, Isn't It Romantic Book Club? I'll be taking part in this, and so will some of my other author friends, because it'll be over 300 authors probably. And so that's super exciting. Lots of books to be given away. If you like freebies and swag and gift cards and all that funness, check that out. Go ahead and sign up. You don't want to miss it. Also, we are doing our 2nd annual We Wish You a Merry Bookmas. We will have the link for that coming up soon on how authors can sign up for that. This is one of those cases where this is another free giveaway you can sign up for. Believe me, there are a lot of giveaways out there that are expensive to join or difficult to join, or you have to be approached to join. So this is a chance for authors to get their books out to people. So look for that sign up coming up soon. I have to work on all the promotional materials this week. I plan on using my new planner to get things in order. Woo whoop. So let's see what else is going on. Well, I have awesome news. The planner covers are done. Working on the mock-ups for everything right now, but the new planners will be coming out in September. You want to sign up for this newsletter to find out what's going on and to get some interesting polls and things like that as these planners are coming out. So sign up for this newsletter and it'll keep you up to date on all the writing, coaching stuff, the planners, workshops that are coming out, all that cool stuff. You don't want to miss it because these planners are probably some of the best planners I've put out yet. I have a new tarot planner and journal, the Ultimate Writer Planner that includes blog planning and tracking your alpha, beta, ARC, ERC reads. I also have the Pagan Author planner and journal, and I have it in both Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere this time. So if you live south of the equator, you have a planner that's specifically made for you. So working on these, I've gotten some great feedback from previous planner buyers and what they're looking for. And these newsletters will have more polls on things and pages and examples and free printables. So sign up for that newsletter because things are happening fast because these will be coming out in September. So yeah, I am so glad to bring these to you. I have wanted a tarot planner that wasn't just a tarot journal, which I need to fix that cover because it's not just a journal. And I will be doing these also in physical books, digital downloads, so that you can do them on your iPad or your Kindle Scribe or whatever it may be. I will also be doing it in PDF format so you can print them to fit into your happy planners or whatever that you use. So yeah, you don't want to miss these planners. They are coming out very soon. I have been racking my little brain and getting them mocked up this last week instead of revising. Sadly, instead of revising. And of course, if you want to get planners, or any of my workshops or my consulting, free consulting, check out buy me a cup of coffee .com/SA Crow. Link is down below. This is a QR code. You can also become a cup subscriber, and help me out a little bit. Help me make sure these planners can get out to everybody, because I may have to be paying for Spiral Bound. We'll see how that goes. So that is some fun stuff that's coming out for you guys. Of course, if you have bought any of the Ravens cookbooks, show me you have, and I will send you a personalized book plate, that you can put in any of my books. And of course, our author of the month that I love. I know this person. I know this author. She's a friend of mine. We actually live close to each other. So check out Celeste Thrower on Amazon. She's a fantastic. I have sat at the gaming table with this woman and see her come up with some amazing characters and storylines. We have fond memories of sitting at the gaming table with this author. She is amazing. So yeah. So definitely check that out. Also, I just scheduled the next episodes of the Kindle Vella, Hematite Without Faith. So check that out on Amazon or on Tapas. Just click on Anne Crow and you can get those links down below. I'm so glad to bring this story to everybody. I've been so waiting to do that. All right, so that was the big announcements I had for you guys. Lots of stuff coming out. Yeah, I have to work on my promotional material for Fall Into a Book giveaway as well. I will be doing social media stuff this week. Wow, just a lot coming out. I am still revising book 3. This week's blog post will be all about Steve, the main lead of If the Seas Catch Fire. And if you've been taking part in these tea times with me all the way back from book 1, Into the Fire, which there are playlists for both Into the Fire and The Fire Inside, which we are on right now. You have met Steve and you have met Mallory. And so finally, in book 3, these two consummate this flirtation they've had for 2 books and a novella. So yeah, exciting stuff. I'm revising a lot. I've enjoyed hearing about all of the characters. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's exciting to finally fix this thing with Steve and Mallory. One of the things I will be talking about in this blog post is that I'm working with certain themes. One of the themes in the book is the toxic side of the Me Too movement. Every movement usually starts with good intentions. The problem is that things can go badly. Anytime you get a large group of people together searching for bad guys, they will make and find bad guys anywhere. And so that's one of the themes that I look for, that I'm working with in book 3. The other thing that I'm working on is subverting the trope that women are the only ones that want relationships. They want a deeper relationship. We so often in romance are bombarded with the idea that you have to convince a male to um yeah, paranoia. Yeah, paranoia. Um that you have to convince a male to get into a deeper relationship. Um and that's just not the case. I've met a lot of men that have searched for a deep, meaningful relationship, and they feel very hurt by the idea that only women, want deep relationships. And so I am subverting that trope. My male character, Steve, is more of looking for commitment with this person that he really does enjoy interacting with. He enjoys her personality, he enjoys spending time with her. Um, he finds her interesting and independent and amazing, and he just really wants to have a relationship with her and wants to be there for her and wants the return that she'll be there for him. She in this book is the commitment phobic. Um, she's afraid of commitment. She's afraid it will take away from her business, her ability to be seen as a um, independent, strong female entrepreneur because of that whole problem. Also, her family, she's lived with bad examples of relationships through her grandmother and then her mother. And so she's never really seen relationships work. And if she has, she's thought those are the rare few and that she's not meant for that. I hate that trope, so I'm happy to see it presented differently. I know that there are a lot of men looking for the right one, right relationship. So, so true. So true. And they are often put into the lump of, oh, you just want to have sex. You're just all about sex. And it's like, no, they're human beings just like you are, with their needs and their wants and their desires and wanting to be cared for and to be thought of as important enough for someone to put in the time and the effort to have a great relationship with them. They want stability. Um, and there's another trope that men come to a certain point in their life and then they want a relationship, and it's whoever they're having a relationship with at that time is who they'll marry. And yes, I can see some people are like that on either side. Um, but not everybody. So yeah. Um, so those are two of the themes that I'm really working with. Um, and of course, the overarching theme throughout the 9-book series is friendship and how your friends can be your family. Yeah. Uh, if you like the show, Friends, I definitely went with this group of people care deeply about each other and they will pull each other from the fire. Um, and so, yeah, they're there for each other, even when the other person thinks that they shouldn't be. So I'm so happy to bring this book to you guys. I've heard from my developmental editor that she really loves this book, that she thinks I've grown again as an author. Um, I try to grow each book and try to learn something new and try something new. Um, and I think it's working out. Each book seems to be getting better than the last one. So I love the fact that you guys are going to that you get to see me evolve, especially if you have the first editions of book 1 and 2, because soon, starting next year, there will be new editions of those books. And so if you have the first edition, you will get to see me grow through books. If not, um, so yeah, um, I love to subvert tropes in romance. Um, I like to. to show healthy communication, healthy ways of dealing with difficulties, healthy relationships, non-toxic relationships, are very important to me. I understand that a lot of romance is written for fantasy. It is someone's fantasy. And I read stuff that I would normally sit there and go, "Oh, that's so toxic." But, it's guilty pleasure. Or maybe I like the character or something like that. Um, but I'm really trying. I really love the authors like me that are trying to show a different side to both female characters and male characters, and how either one can stop being toxic, and that communication is key. um, and so I always bring it back to communicate. It's the most important thing two people can do. And so I love the authors like me that are working on trying to move away from the toxic female attitudes, the toxic masculinity. You can have an alpha male character and not have him be horribly toxic. There are other words I would use, but I'm going to use toxic. And in that, some people are going to like it and some people aren't. And that's okay. As long as you're happy as an author, and because really, you need to write for you. I know there's a lot. She's being stereotypical and barking at the male person. I have one that is and one that isn't. I try to juggle types. Very true. Um, and that's great. Um, what was I saying? I don't remember. Completely lost my train of thought because of stereotypical puppy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Are we ready for reading time? And I just dropped a whole thing of paper clips. But yeah, if you have a favorite fantasy type, I get that. But I do get wary of the tropes, always toxic. I know. I know what you mean. All right. Are we ready? Okay. For those watching the replay or who are new, I'm reading a chapter. Excuse me. I'm being bumped by a puppy. No. Go lay down. Okay. I am reading from my book, The Fire Inside. There is a playlist for Into the Fire, which is book 1, and there's playlists for this book, which is book 2 of the Fire series. So yeah, you can go back to the start of any of those and listen to those books through. Just look for this banner in either of those if you want to skip ahead. We are on chapter 17 today, and this is Tony's chapter. The descent of the plane brings all of the uncertainties to mind. Anna stretches beside me, waking to the captain's announcements and the murmuring of other passengers. I'm not looking forward to the heat. I think Seattle spoiled me. She gathers her bag, and I chuckle in agreement. Walt should meet us at the baggage claim to drive us, I tell her as we shuffle along off the plane. The excessive humidity wraps us like a wet blanket as we exit the air conditioned airport. Water gathers on my skin. The lack of any breeze and the mid 90s temp make a miserable trek to the car. The visitation is tomorrow, Walt says as he pulls onto I-30 traveling west from Irving towards Fort Worth. The prison is a 4-hour trip from here. Nate will be with you and Malcolm will be at Ann's while Elliot runs patrols. It's comforting knowing Nate is back in the country. Walt, will you be hanging with us tonight? Anna pipes up from the back seat. I'm thinking about ordering some pizza and having a movie night. I smile at her, knowing we both want to continue the friendly warmth we found in Seattle. Sounds like a great idea. What film do you have in mind? Walt asked. I didn't get to finish the action film the other night. It's part of a series. I think there are 5 or 7 of them. Maybe we should start with the first one, Anna suggests. Walt and I joke about the high octane car chases and impossible scenarios of the movie series Anne suggested. We stay up late watching the first 2 movies before heading to bed. It's a unique delight to sleep with Anna in her space. Walt has a few choice words about the noise once I stumble out of her room in the morning. He relents when he remembers I have to drive 8 hours today. Malcolm and Nate come in and with donuts and coffee, and Paige set a step behind them. Paige works around Anna, who sits at her desk, coffee mug in one hand and her chin resting on the other, eyes barely focusing on the computer screen. I take the time to watch Anna slowly regain her energy and grasp her surroundings, eyes darting around the apartment, suddenly unable to remain still. I can feel her anxiety brimming over. Her eyes find mine, and I offer her a soft smile and walk toward her. I'm drawn to her like iron to a magnet. Her gaze fills with delight as I watch the light play in her blonde hair. My mind is already swinging back to our morning together and how lucky I am to be with her, to finally have the chance to let her touch me and do the same in return. I lean in and offer a kiss, leaving the last space for her to make the choice. She eagerly rises up and takes the last few inches to my lips, like she owns me, and she does. I'll be back as soon as possible, I say when we part. Be safe. She pulls me in for another kiss, this one more desperate. Elliot wolf whistles from the kitchen, and I ignore him. I will. I have something unbelievable to come back to. I give in to the urge to brush my lips softly over her forehead before I turn away, calling out to Paige as I leave for the back door with Nate. Bye. Have a safe trip, Paige replies. I'll drive and take pity on you, Nate offers as we near the SUV. It's clear that the guys have been gossiping. Opening the passenger door, I thank him. The heat inside the car is already unbearable. Nate pulls out and takes I-20, heading east towards Dallas before we head south. We pull into a rest area to stretch our legs and go over the plan to get the most out of Sebastian. Should we run with a good cop, silent cop? Nate asks as he bends over, stretching his back muscles. Yeah, I'll ask the questions like I'm trying to make him a deal, and then you can give him that scary island warrior thing behind me. I do a few leg stretches. What scary warrior thing? His dark eyebrows quirk up, and I burst out laughing. He gives me that terrifying warrior look, tongue sticking out, eyes wide, with his dark complexion and hair and winged eyebrows in his face. Do you think you'll be able to keep your cool? He asks when my laughter dies down. Of course I'm good. He can't provoke me. I deliver over my shoulder as I stroll back over to get in the car. We only have today to attempt an interrogation. Exiting onto a smaller highway, we look for the country road we need to turn on. Farmland and cow pastures line the small Farm to Market road. We come to a petrol shack in the middle of nowhere where they inspect our car and we present our identification. The cards give us directions to the building housing Sebastian. Parking under one of the few shade trees in front of the unit, we go through the security process. Then Nate and I follow the guard through a concrete hallway into the depths of the building in a narrow room. High, short windows let the southern Texas sunlight in chunks. A steel picnic table with fixed benches bolted to the floor takes up the middle of the room. One camera points down at the table from the far outer corner. Another camera focuses on the exit. A mirror two-way glass window takes up virtually an entire wall. They'll lead him in a bit, the guard tells us. Do you need anything to drink? Water would be great, I reply, and the guard leaves us. Nate stands in a shadowed corner, folds his arms over his chest, leaning against the wall and crossing his ankles. The guard with Sebastian opens the door, and another guard appears with our water bottles. Sebastian wears a white one-piece jumpsuit. I take a seat on the hard steel bench, open the cap of the bottle of water, and down almost half. Sebastian's eyes us both while he reclines on the bench across from me. How's my fiancé doing? He sneers. Ignoring his challenge, I point out how he reminds me of a horrible French actor in some tawdry foreign action film. And she isn't your fiancé, I warn him. She agreed to it when she was begging me to stop hurting her. Pleasure infuses his face at the recollection of hurting Anna. I'm up and glaring out the small and reinforced window before it even registers that I rose from the seat. The silent tension lengthens as I draw deep breaths to calm myself. Don't give him what he wants, I remind myself. He wants me to strike him. He is attempting to get under my skin. Nate bumps my shoulder as he passes to take a seat. I twist back to watch Sebastian and Nate talk. You're in love with her, Sebastian starts, staring at me. I feel my jaw clench and a muscle tick in my neck. Why did you have Vaughn employ the private investigator to observe Anna? Nate asks. Friends are everything. You tell her that, he replies, and gets up to walk over to the door and bangs for a guard. They lead Sebastian away. We have nothing. Just a warning that he can still get to Anna with no way of knowing where and the new threat will come from. We meet with the warden, scan the visitor logs and call logs, and find nothing. No one's visited or called Sebastian since they incarcerated him. They've examined his cell multiple times. He doesn't have any phones in the facility. We inquire about his mail, but the warden informs us that he hasn't received or sent any. How the hell is he communicating with and coordinating with his friends on the outside? The danger hasn't passed, not by a long shot. That is the end of chapter 17. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this morning. Let's see. Whoop. Hi, Heather. Popping in to boop the like button. Oh, thank you so much. So let's see what's going on. Of course, Raven's Cookbook is still available, both the first one and the second one. Our second one benefits Meals on Wheels America. So please check that out on Amazon. We have both the hardback version and a ebook version. On the Wings for Writers. Hold on, let me get rid of this banner. On the Rings for Writers, our next event is the live critique read. So check out On the Wings for Writers. Links are down below. And sign up to take part in our live critique read or to read, to listen to people read and give feedback. Our book club book of the month is Do Not Disturb by Frida McFadden. You will really enjoy this. It's a Hitchcock style psychological thriller, and I'm already 20 pages in. It's awesome. Check out Brandy Bullock's journals. Just go to Amazon, type in Brandy Bullock journals, and you will find her journals there. She has some really awesome journals. This one I have, and I use it every day. She also did some of my branding with her Starlight Fairy Design Company. She is fantastic at branding and understanding what you want and working with you. So that is awesome. My friend and author Miranda Magic on Wattpad has a story called Lear. Check out Essence of Elements novel. Our dear Rachel has a book series out, the Dragon Tasker series. The first novel, Doppelgangers and Deceit, is available on everywhere you can buy books. And if you sign up for their newsletter, you get a free novel, The Pax Dragon. She also has a Kindle Vella, Pirate Dreams, Life on the Coast. I think this is a romance novel. And of course, you can check out Anne Crow, Hematite Without Faith on Kindle Vella and Tapas for worldwide release. Yeah. So thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. If you have any questions or would like to get a free consultation, just head to my Buy Me a Coffee. And thank you to my CUP members who support me. You can sign up and become one of them.